Hello everyone, how are you doing? My name's Cherie. I hope everybody's doing well. Um, Today is the 4th of July, or at least that's when I'm posting it, so happy 4th of July. I hope that everybody has a wonderful time and stays safe and all that good fun stuff. So today I am doing another junk journal with me. This one is not a challenge video. I had some extra time this week and I just decided to go ahead and just do a regular junk journal with me. So what you're looking at, in my last video, I talked about how I just have this like pile of random stuff from different projects or stuff that was left over when I was working in my journal or stuff I had pulled out and I didn't use, and it was just like in a pile on my desk. So I pulled it all in front of me and I started going through it, and I wanted to use some of it before I decided to actually put it away. So that's what I'm doing here. I've got vintage cards, I've got random scraps of paper, die cuts, linens, postcards, just a whole bunch of different stuff. And I wanted to limit myself to try to just use what was in front of me. Other than this piece here, which is just a little drawing that my youngest daughter did the other day. So I decided to go ahead and work in the back of my journal again, because I want to make sure that I add pretty pages to the back of my journal as well. And I did have this Maggie Holmes paper printed out on my desk, so I decided that I would go ahead and use that too. And I just purchased that from, I know I'm going to mess it up, but it's American Crafts Digitals or AC Digital or something like that. Excuse me. Where you can buy their name brand collections and ephemera pieces and things like that, and then print them out at home. So I went ahead and I glued that Maggie Holmes paper down to go ahead and break in the page. And I also had that page there that I have in my hand, that little illustration, that is from, I think it was a vintage oil painting book, like to teach you how to paint. And it had some really pretty paintings in there, so that is just one of them. And then that little linen that I have there, that was just one from the Granny Chic book that was a leftover piece. And I mean, I guess I could have thrown it away, but I just cut the doily out and decided to use it. And then I've got this scrap piece of paper here, which is Studio Calico paper, I think. And it's one of my absolute favorite pieces of all time. And I only have that little scrap and one other little scrap. It's just a really pretty dainty floral. And I've liked it for years, loved it for years, so I've kind of been hoarding those little pieces because I can't find it anymore. It's out of print. But I'm hoping maybe one day I'll run across it again. And then I also had this little envelope that was in that pile, and it's been staring me in the face for quite some time, and I just keep thinking I need to use it, I want to use it, but I haven't. So I was like, okay, today I'm using it. And then that's just a little printable trim from Molly's Mantle. So I don't know if you guys do the same thing, but when you're working on a project, if you have leftover pieces, do you just leave them on your desk, or are you on top of your game and then put your leftover pieces back where they belong, like right away? Unlike me, who kind of just stacks a little pile up. And a lot of the times it's because I'll get interrupted. And when I journal, I sometimes can sit down and just do a spread in one go, but I'm up and down the whole time because, you know, the house requires my attention. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that little envelope down. And I'm not even sure where I got it from. I think it was in I had ordered some like vintage ephemera kit or something, and I think it was in there, but I'm not 100% sure. So go ahead and I just glue that down with PVA glue. And this is a photo of myself, my daughter, and my sister back in March when we went to my dad's for his birthday. And I like that it was the three of us girls, so I'd go ahead and use that because it was just sitting in my drawer. So I went ahead and I trimmed it down, as you saw, and stuck it on a Project Life card for a photo mat. And then this is a vintage playing card, and I went ahead and just put glue on half of it so that the envelope flap could tuck underneath it so that it wouldn't be flopping up when the journal was open, because it was not wanting to stay closed. And then that's just a Project Life card that I had sitting in that pile. So, and then these are some vintage train tickets, and I was kind of thinking I could use them for collage, but I don't think they make it on the page. So I'm pretty much just really doing collage. Other than that, well, I guess I do end up doing a couple other things, but so all on this page, I'm just doing a random collage. Wasn't even sure what I was going to journal about on that opposite page. I just was putting pieces together that I liked the way that they looked at that point in time. And then that was just a little die cut, but it doesn't end up staying on the page either. And then this is a from a Authentique cut apart sheet, and I know that the collection is called Meadow Lane, I think, Meadow something, from Authentique. It's an older collection, and the card says family together. Oh, you know what, I can't even see it. We have it all. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and I cut off part of that printable doily, which I'm not sure what shop that came from. I'm sorry. If I did know, I'd tell you. And I just used that as a background piece to put that card on. And then I went ahead and I glued this painting piece down and made a pocket out of it. And then these are some little phrase stickers that I actually pulled out in my last video and I didn't end up using, and they made it into the pile. So I'm just going to put some little phrase stickers around on the photo and the page. And then that card there is from Graphic 45, and I really like it, and I've been wanting to put it in my journal for the longest time. I think since Easter, but it just hasn't gone, you know? I haven't found a good place for it. So I went ahead and I did some journaling on that Project Life card and added a little word sticker there. And then I'm back to this little collage page. And I wasn't intending on doing the back side of that page when I started, but I was like, well, I might as well go ahead because it's like halfway done already since I wrapped those other pages around. So I'm just playing with this little drawing and trying to find pieces that I like. And then that is a vintage magazine illustration of a little girl, which is super cute, and she was one that I didn't end up using in a recent junk journal with me as well, so she's in my pile. And I go ahead and I take that little die cut piece there, and I think it was from a cut apart sheet as well, lots of cut apart sheets. And I go ahead and I just glue the back of, on the back I glued that image that my daughter painted for me. And then it had an ink spot on it, so I covered it up with a sales sticker and just used that little label there to write the date, which I know she gave it to me last month, so I just wrote June 2021 on there and just journaled about how she's always given me stuff for my book. She's always on the lookout. She'll see a package or whatever, and she'll say, Mom, you want this for your book? Or she'll draw me a picture. Here, Mom, I made this for your book. It's really cute. And then that is just, it was a tag from Little Bendy's Blue Vintage Ephemera Kit. And I cut the tag part off and just made it into a label. Or not a label, a tab. And I think that looks good. I like that there's a little bit of blue on that page to go with that playing card. Kind of makes it flow nice. So then I'm back to this collage page here, and I'm still playing with those train tickets, and I'm not really feeling it, and I'm just kind of, you know, like I said, I was limiting myself, so I was trying to only use those pieces that were in front of me. But I did like this little cut apart label as well, and I'm not sure where it came from. It might be crepe paper. It could be Little Bo Peep collection from crepe paper. That would be my best guess. And this little journaling card here. And then I also grabbed that paper there I have in my hand is just a vintage stationery piece. And it's really awesome because it's super thin. And I just love it. It goes on like tissue paper. Just kind of like melts into the page. So I'm going to go ahead, and I decided that I would use that little girl picture and the sweet picture and just do a little bit of journaling about my granddaughter who just turned 3 months old. And she was born in April, so I went ahead and used that April Showers piece there, which is from Graphic 45. So that tells you, like, I've had that on my desk since Easter or April. Isn't that terrible? It's just terrible. But that's just how I roll, you know. So I do some journaling, and I'm going to show you some close-ups. I hope that you guys enjoyed this quick little video, and I'll be putting my junk journal challenge video up in a few days. And I hope you guys are having a good 4th of July, and I hope that you guys have a blessed day, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.